Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and shout out to Jeff Staple for sending these my way. In introducing this silhouette that I've actually never unboxed on the channel, and I'm so ecstatic to do this unboxing because I'm obsessed with these shoes, but bringing in and celebrating the Lunar New Year, Jeff Staple is at it again in his partnership with another collab with the PUMA team, this time on the Staple 180. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Be sure to hit that subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these unboxings and reviews. Today, once again, we are going to be going through and discussing the Jeff Staple collaboration done on the Staple 180 with the PUMA team. We'll go through the overview of these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled this. Really sick color combination. Then we'll conclude with how much these are going for on the retail market. Let's jump right into it. So I've received a lot of amazing collaborations with Jeff Staple and PUMA, but this by far has really knocked every one of those out of the park. I think that Jeff has really honestly killed it with his collab. I was so excited when I got these in the mail and unboxed them. This is just such a sick looking sneaker, especially when you have it in hand. The qualities on this are impeccable and the color scheme of this is beautifully done. These did release in two different colorways, so there was more of an original color scheme of black, gray, and a lighter pink, which we pretty much know Jeff for. Those are kind of some of his staple colorways. But this one is really clean cut, and I love the different textures that Jeff decided to go with. So we do have some nice different grays and beige tones on the front of the upper with some of that hairy textured suede. I typically don't get that hairy textured suede that much on Pumas, where I'm like, wow, this is really good high quality suede. Typically on my New Balances, they always knock it out of the park with that, but I would say this actually is quite similar to the suede that you would see on a New Balance product, which I love. They didn't really cheap out in that material area in regards to this collab. As far as the tongue goes, we are getting a bit of a chunkier, squishier tongue, really making the silhouette a little bit more comfortable and form-fitting, but we've got cream laces and it really pops off of this nice kind of beige toned suede and nubuck, as well as this hairy suede texture that's displayed throughout the tongue itself. And then we've got hits of this kind of pinkish red tone for the staple pigeon. And then we've got some accents here on the lace lock system at the very bottom, or the base of the lace itself. And we get an additional pair of laces, which I'm going to show you here in that cream tone. They also have Staple's name written on the lace tips in that nice pink tone as well. Then we've got subtle hits of that same kind of pinkish red tone on the eyelet here, which you'll get on the medial and lateral side of the sneaker. Let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling. around to the side paneling, they really kept with the high quality materials. You're getting that with this smooth pebbled white leather underlays and then overlays of that same kind of pebbled texture, but that this time in more of a cream finish. Then we get more of that hairy suede, which works its way to the back of the heel. And then we're getting just a subtle accent of that pinkish red tone for the staple pigeon on the back. And then as we wrap around to the lateral side, you're getting those same exact textures and color combinations that you saw on the medial side. The interior does have Jeff's logo and Puma's logo on the interior. And then we do have a very intricate dragon. The artwork in there is so sick on the insole. So I love that they also added a little bit of that piece to represent the year of the dragon on the interior of the sneaker itself. And then when we pretty much bring the sneaker together, I think some of my other favorite parts of this is that Jeff decided to go with this really cool kind of worn look. So we've got a nice cream finish for the midsole, but then we've got some nice just splatters of brown, making this look like more of a vintage type of feel. And then to conclude with a nice gum bottom. This really just seals the deal for the packaging and the look and feel of the sneaker, in my opinion. But all around, great color scheme. As far as whether I like the black grayish pair over this one, I honestly am really vibing with this pair, but I do think that the black aesthetic is also quite nice. Now let's look at this box, because the box is sick. So we do get the traditional red envelope on top of the box. And one of the cool parts of this is that Jeff actually brought back from his own archives the Dragon S logo. So this is actually a S in this dragon form, which is beautifully done. And then we've got staple on the bottom of it. But let's just open this envelope and see what we have inside here. Not many people know, but when I founded Staple in 1997, the original logo was a dragon emerging from the S in Staple. This was all before the iconic pigeon became our symbol. While publishing my first book, Not Just Sneakers, we rediscovered these early dragon designs. How crazy is that? Which felt so timeless that we decided to reintroduce them, coinciding with 2024, the year of the dragon in the lunar calendar. This is a perfect tribute to my Chinese heritage as well as Staples roots. Wow, very cool. So this is what the card looks like, and there is that really just dope iconic logo that he started with. And of course, this is the perfect timing to release that logo once again and bring it back from the archives. We're also getting that really cool dragon that was in the insole. This is also displayed on the box as well, of course, with that dual logo of Puma and Staples pigeon. As far as the collection goes, there was also a capsule collection of clothing that was released. As far as the clothing aspect goes, they decided to actually use some really cool models this time around. So for those of you who are familiar with the dragon dance, one of the cool things is Jeff decided to collaborate with the New York Chinese Freemasons Athletic Club, which is the oldest club in New York City that does the traditional lions dance. So if you've ever been in New York during the Chinese New Year, they have some of the most incredible parades in Chinatown, and you get the opportunity to actually see them perform that really cool traditional lions dance. But really just a cool club that really supports the youth and teaches them about their Chinese heritage through this really cool lions dance, as well as martial arts and sports. All right, so now let's look at all of those details and then we'll jump into size and fit on these. the capsule collection as well. Jeff sent me over one of these really sick tees to match the sneaker perfectly. And this has that really cool Dragon S logo with the pigeon, and then it says PUMA say staple design. And then on the back, which is my favorite part, that is the dragon. Really cool artwork on the back. I really love the colorway that they decided to go with. My favorite part is actually this really cool copper tone. And then of course it says the year of the dragon. All right, so as far as size and fit goes, I would say these do run a little bit more snug, and I feel like it kind of fits definitely more like a skater type of silhouette, because you do get this additional padding that you see here on the back of the heel, as well as that tongue. So I would actually recommend sizing half a size up on these, just because all of that padding does take up a little bit of extra space in the sneaker itself. All right, now let's jump into styling. So Jeff actually sent me a really cool piece from another collaboration he did with Polar, and I decided that that would be a perfect kind of fit to actually integrate into one of my looks. So I decided to wear that crew neck, which was gray and had some nice different color tones that really matched perfectly with this sneaker. And then I wore a nice, just simple khaki mini skirt for a more dressier feel. Then for the second look, I decided to wear some light denim pants with a leopard printed belt, and then I wore a ribbed top in a cream tone to match the cream accents in the sneaker. Then for the last and final look, I decided to wear my Fear of God knitted turtleneck sweater as a dress, just because I felt like that top really just accented the sneaker quite nicely in a more monochromatic way. As far as the socks go as well, if you have not tried out my Apothecary collaboration, definitely go and check out Seth Fowler's Apothecary website right now, because we just restocked my scrunch socks, and I feel like the white pair, the snow colorway or the sand tone, go perfectly with these, and I wore the sand tone to match these, and they are by far my favorite, comfiest socks I've ever worn. So definitely try them out if you haven't already, and definitely jump on it because they will sell out so fast. All right, so as far as the retail goes, these retailed for $130. You can find these on the PUMA website, as well as some pieces from that capsule collection. Definitely a really exciting collaboration to see Jeff and the PUMA team come together with. I really am in love with the silhouette and the look and feel of these sneakers. So shout out to you, Jeff, again, for always thinking of me and sending a pair my way. That's it for this unboxing and review, everyone. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you all next episode.